Hi, my name's Rob Barrett and you're watching Cooking for Dads. I've made a lot of bread in my day, but I've been told that this recipe is the best one I've ever done. It's called olive oil bread. It uses frozen olive oil to cut into the dough, and it is amazing. Here's how you do it. What happened is I was trying to make an easy croissant bread, so I was taking my basic bread loaf and folding in chunks of butter. And I thought, it came out really good, by the way. And I thought, what if we froze olive oil and made that a solid and folded that in instead? And so that's what we're gonna do. The very first thing you're gonna do is get 1/4 cup of olive oil, put it in like a flat container like this, and put it in the freezer. By the time your dough is ready, it should be frozen and you can cut it with a knife. It's really cool. In a large bowl, start with 1 cup of warm water, spoonful of yeast, and just a little bit of sugar. Stir that around. Let that sit for 5 minutes. See how that's nice and foamy? That means the yeast is waking up and is happy and active. Now we're going to add 3 spoonfuls of sugar. 2, 3. 1 of salt, and 1/4 cup of milk that we're going to warm up. Don't put it in cold milk. Put it in the microwave for like 20 seconds and just get it warm. Stir that all around. Then we're going to add just over 3 cups of flour. Kind of level that off. 1, 3, and then just a little scoop extra. A little bit of extra for good luck. Now just stir it with a fork until it's all combined. We're not going to knead this bread, but we are going to kind of work it just a little bit with our hands. So if it's really sticky, you're going to have to add a little bit more flour. If it's too dry, add a little bit more water. I want to just turn this around a little bit. See how it's kind of really sticky? I'm going to add another scoop of flour. Work that in. This is a good batch. This feels good. Okay, once that's combined and you kind of balled it around for a little bit, you're going to put it in the corner, cover it with a wet paper towel, and let it sit for about 3 or 4 hours. This is a no-knead bread, so it needs to kind of really sit and congeal, and then we're going to work in the frozen olive oil. Viewer mail. Sarah from Tennessee writes, Rob, what's going on with that family the show sponsors in Ghana? Cooking well. Sarah, the family is doing well. We just got a report from World Vision. Here they are. Here's their pictures. We get these reports every once in a while. Talked about their grades and how they're doing. They draw little pictures. It's kind of cute. So keep them in your prayers, the Opoma family. Thanks for writing. Send it in. This is our frozen olive oil. What we're going to do is cut it in half, cut it into cubes, and mix it into our bread, wait a couple hours, and then do the second half. So it takes a little bit of time to get this bread together. It's kind of a, you go to work, come back, and mix in your olive oil part, but it is really going to be worth it. So first we have to get this out of here. Use a knife to kind of loosen it, and a spoon to pry it out. Put the other half back in the freezer. We're going to cut this into small little pieces. See, it melts pretty fast, so you want to be quick. We're going to cut it into cubes like this. And once again, you can do this with butter, and it's really good. This is just a little more healthy. This is a batch of dough I made earlier in the day, so that we didn't have to make cameraman Tim sit around forever. I'm going to sprinkle on the olive oil chunks all around, and then I'm just going to fold it in over the top, just like this. Just get them kind of all in the middle. Mix them around a little bit. And separate them out if we can. All right, so that's it. The olive oil's in there for the first half. Put it aside, let it sit for another hour, and then do the other half. All right, our dough sat for about an hour. Come take a look at this. That has risen quite a bit. Take our remaining olive oil out, smoothly like that. Cut this into chunks again. Now the cool thing about this is if you have any left over, you can put it in the fridge and it kind of stays gelatinous. So you can use it like butter if you want. All right, let's sprinkle this over the top. Spread that around. All right, now we're gonna fold that in again. Now you'll notice that it gets a little oily at times. Push that down. Seal it up if you can. The oil actually gets somewhat absorbed by the bread. It's pretty cool. All right, put that aside for another half an hour and then we're gonna bake it. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Get a cookie sheet, lay out some parchment paper. We're gonna stretch that out into a loaf. We're gonna brush that with some beaten egg. Give it a little egg wash. Then we're just gonna sprinkle on some minced onions. This is optional, of course. I'm gonna hit it with just a little bit of Parmesan. All right, 350 degrees for 17 minutes or until it's nice and brown on the outside. So you can see that a little bit of the oil leaks out, but not too much. Actually, it forms a really nice crust on the bottom. This puppy is done. Take a look at that. There is your olive oil bread. I'm gonna try to cut into it. You should let it cool a little bit, but I can't wait. See, and you can get little pockets of olive oil in there sometimes. Now, this doesn't need any butter. You can eat it plain. But we made pesto earlier today, so I'm going to try it with a little pesto. Whoa. Anyways, I'm Rob Barrett. You're watching Cooking for Dads. That's how you make olive oil bread, which some people have called the best bread ever, and it's pretty good. Cook well. It's worth it.